Hey guys, this is Caleb with DSLR Video Shooter, and today we're talking about a tiny, awesome device that lets you power any camera off of cheap 5-volt batteries. Now this thing kind of blows my mind. I've been looking into 5-volt solutions for powering cameras for a little while, and there's several different ways to go about it, but there's lots of little problems because it's a lower voltage that we need to boost. You got to make sure it's consistent, that there's enough current there, all these little things that might crop up as problems, and each camera is going to behave differently. Well, there's a company called Ifootage. I've talked about them in the past. I've reviewed one of their sliders, and while I was at NAB, they gave me this little guy right here, and this is the Ifootage electric ray adapter for cameras. So it costs about $69, $79, but it's amazing how well it works with several different batteries and several different cameras. If you pick one of these things up, in the box you will find the ray itself with a built-in male Type A USB cable, a really handy strap for mounting different size batteries, as well as several different ways to mount this thing to the camera, including a hot shoe, as well as a male-to-male 1/4-20 adapter. Mounting this thing is pretty awesome because we have a 3/8 thread at the bottom. It comes with a 1/4-20 to 3/8 thread adapter and a male-to-male 1/4-20 and a hot shoe adapter. So you can mount this thing to literally anything. The top of your camera, a cage, a monitor arm, on your tripod with a clamp, so many different methods. And the way the unit works is you plug in a 5-volt battery and you can strap it to the top as you see here. That short USB cable will plug into your battery. It'll automatically activate the battery, and then on top of the unit, 3 LED lights will give you an idea of your battery life, if this battery is compatible with your camera and that the unit is on. From there is a little DC jack that will accept these coupler cables that Ifootage sells for different cameras, and you can plug it into pretty much any camera. So they gave me 2 cables to play with. One is a FW50, which will work obviously with the A7 series and stuff like the A6500, and they also gave me a Panasonic one for the GH5, GH4, etc. I will say that the GH model battery isn't fully available yet. They're doing final testing and they'll get that out to us shortly via B&H, Amazon, things like that. But right now you can pick up the FW50 as well as Canon LPE6, some Nikon options and other things like that. So there will be something coming out for the GH5, GH4 before long. Once you have your dummy battery plugged into your camera and the other end of the cable plugged into the ray unit itself, you're pretty much good to go. And as for performance, this thing actually works really, really well. The GH5 is the most power hungry of all the cameras that I own, and I don't mean that like battery life hungry. I mean there's so much going on in this camera. It's a small computer essentially. So I wanted to see how small of a battery I could get away with and what current limits there should be. So right now on top of the unit I have a roughly $12 to $15 Anchor battery. I love these batteries because of the size. They're not huge, but they have a lot of capacity. They also have LED level indicators showing us where our battery life is landing and how much battery life we have left. They also supply 2 amps of current, and that's the important spec. When you pick up batteries for this, you want to make sure there's a little 2A next to the output to make sure there's enough juice going to your device, in our case the Ifootage electric ray. So let's go ahead and power up the camera and see if it works. I just turned the camera on. It seems to be working just fine, and I'm actually going to change my settings to shoot at the highest possible rate on this camera, so full 4K, and we're going to see how that performs. We're at 422 10-bit, recording just fine on the camera with a tiny cheap battery with a battery level indicator, and I just love how simple this is. You could get a whole bunch of these batteries very affordably and be totally set to go. Now, as this is going, there are several different batteries out there. Again, the main thing you're looking for is that little 2A or 2 amps for the output. That's important. That number and higher, you'll be good to go. So you could go out and get a 20,000 milliamp, a 10,000 milliamp. This one is 5,200, I believe. And that could last you potentially all day long. So the 2 batteries I have used is this Anchor which is 5200 milliamp hours, and another battery that is, I believe, 10 or 12,000 milliamp hours. And I'll have links in the description to this unit and all the batteries I've tried. Both batteries are under $20, $25. So really good value. And another tip is if you're getting batteries, try to get ones with battery level indicators. That'll be much easier for you to manage than trying to use these small LEDs on the unit itself. The thing is really well made too. I'm very impressed. I love this strap unit. It's rubber and it connects with the units and it mounts any battery you want. It's very secure, and I love how easy it is to swap batteries out. So all around, a huge winner from Ifootage. I didn't expect it to work as well and for it to mount as easily. So I'm really a fan of this. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. As always, you can watch fresh videos here at DSLR Video Shooter every single week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.